Okay, so we're on a mission. I have a race in 3 weeks. I'm team captain, and it's the Little Loco Relay. I want to go up there, I want to take a look at the trails, and I just want to see what condition they're in. It looks like it's going to be great weather. So I'm here up at Butte Meadows, and I'm just about ready to start running. Went out and did some video first. I am so glad that I brought my extended battery, because just a few minutes of video recording and my phone is almost already out of power, and that's after an all-night charge. So I think I'm gonna have to get this battery replaced. It's a beautiful day. Somewhat surprising. It shouldn't have been surprising, but it is. There's snow up here. Been a long time since I've run in snow. Actually, I think I've only run in snow twice before. And so this will be an adventure. Just the race is about 3 weeks from now. I'm glad I came up here to see this because I am totally underdressed for this. It's 23 degrees, and when I made the mistake of looking at the weather report for Chico, which is about 4,000 feet below us, and it was looking like it was going to be mid 40s in the morning. It should be almost 50 degrees there by now, and it's still below freezing up here. Didn't bring my gloves, which I very much regret. This phone is already hurting my hand while I'm talking. My goal today was about 20 miles. We'll see how far we get. I won't be surprised if I knock it off a little early, because some of those trails look a little bit sketchy. So won't take any risks, because I'd rather just have a good run and be healthy than to twist an ankle or fall down a cliff. Safety first. So I brought this gimbal to test out. I'm glad I did, because for some reason it keeps losing connection and going all wonky, as you saw. So that's part of one of the reasons why I came out here today, was to kind of see what the trails were like, but also to test out my equipment, and glad I did. Well, I'm about 4 miles into my run, and I made a couple of turns and kept following the logging trail, and now I am at the end. I don't know which way to go. The trail just kind of disappeared from me, became more and more wild. I have a general idea of where I am, not an exact idea, but I am definitely off of the race trail at this point. This is one of the fun things about this run today. As you can see behind me, it's a fire trail. It's rocky, lots of loose rocks, challenging in its own right. And then as I'm going, boom, there's snow. And it's not just snow, it's ice. It's melted and frozen many times, so it's super slippery. And I fell earlier today and didn't really notice it until just now. One of the things that I wanted to do with this channel and with these videos is just to kind of give a perspective of a late entry runner. I didn't pick up running till I was mid-40s. I cycled for about 2 years, then got into running at first just to have something to keep me in shape over the winter. Wow, since I really didn't like riding my bike during the winter. But then I actually fell in love with with running. And one of the things that I like about it, you know, even more than cycling, and no offense to those of you who like cycling, I still like cycling, but I felt when I upgraded to my new bike, it felt like, you know, I got faster, but it was the mechanics. It wasn't my fitness. It wasn't me that made the bike faster. It was the fact that I had a lighter bike and better equipment. And yeah, you can go out and buy $100, $200, even $300 pair of shoes. You can get all the gear you want, but ultimately at the end of the day, when you're out here on the trail, it's just you and the trail and gravity and the rocks. The rocks will come out here and bite you if you're not looking, and even if you are looking, they'll get you. But a lot of people think of runners as crazy, and it is crazy. I have to tell you, while I'm enjoying myself out here, just like everybody else, when I woke up this morning, all the thoughts went through my head. You know, I didn't really have to be out here. If I didn't come out, nobody'd know. Nobody was expecting me to make a video. Nobody's expecting me to go running, and even if I do, they don't care. So it's just you and me and me. So it's not necessarily that we pop up out of bed and just want to get out here and start exercising and get our heart rates up. Sometimes it's like that, but a lot of times it's sitting there having to quell that voice in the back of your head that says, I don't want to do that. And, you know, I have to be honest with you. You know, I'd love to say that you just put it out of your head and get up and do it. And luckily that's what I did today. Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Even the most motivated of us, we have our successes and then we also have our failures. You know, one of the things about life in general, you look at other people, you see all their successes. You see what they're doing. I think I want to be like that. You know what you don't see? You don't see the times that they slept in, times that they wanted to do something and failed, the times that they produced something and then gave the world something less than what they thought that they could give. Yet everybody's okay with that. It's like, hey, that's great. I love that. And they're sitting here thinking, it's not nearly as good as I could have done. So they see the failure and you see the success. You might get down on yourself. I know I get down on myself whenever I have an expectation, when I have a goal, and then I see myself not making it. You have to be kind to yourself because it is a struggle and it's an everyday struggle. I came out today. I started running. I feel good. Tomorrow's another day. I'll feel differently. I'll have to quell that voice again. And sometimes, as I say, that voice is just a whisper and easy to ignore. And other times it's a monster that sits on your chest. I hope some of what I do is inspirational. Sometimes I need to even inspire myself. There's people in my life that inspire me, and I kind of want to share and give back because, you know, 6 years ago now, I couldn't run to the end of the block. And, you know, I was 43, and I was like, I'd made it to the halfway point of my life, and I was on the way down, and everything hurt. Taking ibuprofen on an almost daily basis, drinking lots of soda, and I just made little changes. I didn't make a lot of changes at once. You know, when I started running, it was just short distances. I never had a concept of getting this far out, going out in the middle of nowhere. I don't even think I would have done this in high school. I know I'm in far better shape now than I was in high school. But, you know, I had someone say that I made this look easy. It's not easy. It's damn hard, but it's fun. But the thing is it's my fun. This doesn't have to be your fun. You have to pick your own fun. You know, when I knew that I had to exercise, there were several times that I went out and I got a membership at a gym because I knew I needed to get in shape. I knew I needed to do something. You know, I knew that one of the best ways to beat depression, to beat that kind of malaise, was that I knew I needed to get exercise. But I'm not the kind of person that can just sit down and do sit-ups and push-ups and planks. I still have a hard time doing that. So I got a membership thinking maybe if I had a financial stake in it, I'd do something, and I didn't. All I ended up doing was wasting a lot of money and time because I never went. I'd go once and then that's it. What really turned the corner is instead of thinking I had to exercise, I thought, what would be fun? And you know what was fun? Bike riding. When I was a kid, I biked everywhere. I thought maybe if I did that, that would do it. And that's what did it. That first ride, that first 2-mile ride killed me. I mean, I was dead at the end of that ride. My legs hurt, burned, I was out of breath, but it was fun. And it kept going back. And I started doing it. And I thought, you know, I got to keep doing this. And then I got afraid. I got afraid that I would stop. So I planned to go out in the morning. And there was a real fear that if I ever missed a run, that I'd never do it again. And in fact, that first year, I stopped riding around November because it got too cold. I didn't pick it back up again until June of the following year. So it was really easy to fall off that bike, metaphorically. But I got back on, still had fun, and that's what brought me back, was the fun. Just the sense of freedom. There is something cool about taking a bike and under your own power, going places that you never thought that you could get to except by car. I started out with 2 miles, 3 miles. You know, a few months later, I was at 5, 6, 10. I found that when work got stressful, a nice bike ride was the perfect thing to clear your head. Made it all the way up to first a metric century, then a 100-mile bike ride. You know, that second year, I was facing winter again, and I knew myself. I knew that if I stopped riding, I wouldn't get back on. So I tried to figure out what else would be fun that would keep me in shape over the winter, but wouldn't be as cold as, you know, riding in the freezing weather. That's when I started running. It hurt. It was almost as tough as when I picked up the bike, because it was completely different muscles, going from a low impact to a high impact. But again, I was able to take mile after mile and start going places that I thought I needed a car to go. Just kept going from building from there. Running may not be your thing. Biking may not be your thing. But everybody has a thing. Everybody has stuff that they think is fun. Something that's active and fun. Gotta find that. Well, as I'm walking around here, I'm seeing a lot of shotgun shells. I'm hoping this is an okay place to be running. Okay, so this is fun. I made it to the 6-mile turnaround point and came back, and there were a few paths going in different directions. I thought I was on the right one. I kept looking for my footprints, and suddenly I came to the snowdrift right here, and no footprints. So I am not quite sure where I took the wrong turn. Yeah, so that's fun. So found the footprints. I thought I had a good idea of where I was, but it's always nice to have confirmation that you are. What have I learned? I'm glad I did this because A, I would never have even guessed that there was snow or ice. So I'll definitely prepare for that. Maybe bringing some propane tanks to keep us warm during the break in the relay. I think it's nice when you're running, but I've never done a relay before. So usually whether it's a 3-mile or 75 miles, I just do one run a day. I've never done multiple runs, so that'll be new. Starting at 8, going on till probably 9 at night, running, I think 4 laps, 4 legs. So it's the in-between times that are going to be tough. You know, you want to keep active and stay warm. Whoa, I think this is where I fell the first time. But second thing is definitely I need to bring my gaiters. I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking I was just going to be on trails with not really any grass or anything. But I swear my shoes are full of gravel. What's more, it's also full of snow. I also learned that I still need to play around with my equipment, because I'm glad at least my battery worked, because otherwise my phone would have been dead. My phone is about the only piece of technology that's worked so far today. And even my watch, several times while I was videoing, completely forgot to turn it back on again. So I think I lost about a mile. The old me would have been upset. The new me is also sort of a little bit upset, but whatever. If you run in the forest and Strava doesn't capture it, did you really run? Well, my friends, the answer is yes. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and go out and run, because today is a good day to run. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit like and subscribe below, and hit the notification button if you'd like to know when the next video is uploaded. I work and have a family, so I'm shooting for uploading a video every 2 weeks or so. I'd love to hear about what your goals are and what you hope to achieve. Please write them in the comments below. Now, go out and do great things. Thank you.
You don't have to mention, you just like their attention. It's written all over your face. quiet time.